I think I'm good. I'm done choking. I'm excited to be on here talking to you guys and just really excited to get to chat with you guys. Um, I have to admit, I am nervous. I feel like a baby coach right now. I feel like this is my first call I've ever done just because, there are so many amazing leaders that have gone before me and given you guys so many amazing tips, motivation, inspiration, all of the things. And I have been lit up by this series, and I know my team has. And it is truly, if you guys take this series seriously and you implement all of these belief tactics and tips, you guys, you could absolutely be unstoppable with your business. And I'm just so pumped for you. And I'm just really excited to be talking about this specific topic, which is using your failures as fuel. And it has a special place in my heart because, one, I just think it's relatable. We all deal with struggles within the business, right? We all deal with times where we just think we're a failure and we failed. And it can be very, very easy to get discouraged. It can be very easy to get discouraged when something doesn't go our way. It is so easy to retreat and to just kind of give up on yourself and have all of these self-doubts and limiting beliefs just come in instead of pushing forward, instead of continuing to keep going. And I feel like we just tend to attach this negative view when it comes to failure. And it's easy to attach a negative view when it comes to failure, but I think that there is a way that we can turn it to be positive and in more of a positive light. So I hope that this call kind of helps you and enables you to do that and kind of think of it as a totally different thing. So I first want to tell you guys a little story because I think it's going to help you understand kind of how I use failures as fuel and just give you guys kind of an idea. So picture this. It was my first year of coaching, okay? I was a baby coach. I was at Summit, which, you guys, if you've never been to Summit, it's incredible. And I got the honor of going to the elite party because my upline invited me. And it was incredible. It was honestly the most amazing experience, and I cannot even say enough about it. And I had no idea why there was a party. I had no idea what elite was. I had no idea the qualifications for elite, but I knew that I had to be there next year. I knew that I needed to be there and I could never miss this party. I could never miss the feelings associated with this party because I felt at home for once. I was surrounded by all of these amazing leaders who were way above me in the coaching world, but it was the first time where I felt like, yes, this is where I belong. This is where I want to be. So I told my upline, granted, you guys, I was a diamond coach at the time. I told my upline, I go, I'm going to be elite this coming year. And, this year, like that year. And she probably thought I was absolutely crazy. But I was bound and determined to make it happen. And so I rallied my team and we made it happen. We made elite happen, and it was a high I cannot even tell you guys. It was incredible. It was this feeling that I was riding this wave that was just awesome. And I was so excited and so thankful and so proud of my team. And I truly felt on top of the world. And then one of the diamonds that helped our team go elite quit. I was devastated. I didn't know what to do. She was my friend. I saw so much potential in her, and she quit. And all of these feelings, came, like all of that feeling of being on top of the world just came crashing down, came spiraling down. And all I felt was this sting of failure. All of these thoughts I didn't deserve this title. I didn't deserve this recognition. I didn't deserve to be elite. I was a shitty leader. I wasn't cut out for this. I was stupid for even believing that I could do this. How could I do this? This was everything that I was feeling. You know, I was on this high, and then all of a sudden it was just, I felt like I was drowning, and I wanted to give up right then. I wanted to quit. I wanted to throw in the towel because I never wanted to feel the way that I was feeling. I never wanted to be devastated like I was. I never wanted to feel embarrassed. I didn't want to feel this hardship. I didn't want to feel this way because it was hard to feel this way. It was hard to feel like I just had failed completely. And you know, it would be way easier to go to a job that was 9 to 5, where I knew what I was doing, where there was no risk involved, where, you know, it wasn't me running my own business, where it was easier because it was secure. I felt safer. I didn't have to get out of my comfort zone. I didn't have to push past this hard feeling that I was feeling. That would have been way easier. But then I realized that what I was feeling, it was just a feeling. And I was letting that feeling take control. I was letting that feeling persuade me to give up. I was letting that feeling tell me that I wasn't good enough, tell me that I wasn't worthy. I was giving that feeling power. The only reason why we deem failure negatively and in a negative view is because it is associated with negative feelings, feelings that we don't like to feel. So what if instead of deeming it negative, I saw it in a positive light? I used it as fuel. What if I made this the turning point? What if I made this the reason why I'm going to succeed no matter what? Failure is absolutely 100% so scary. It is so scary to push past your comfort zone. It is so scary to get out of your comfort zone. Believe me, trust me, I know how it feels, and it feels like it's the end of the world. But it's not the end of the world. It's just, we don't like to feel those feelings. We don't like to feel uncomfortable because uncomfortable is hard, and it's way easier to live a safer life, to live a life with no risks, because that is comfortable. We may not love it. It may not bring us joy, but it's easier to feel comfortable than to be uncomfortable. But see, these failures that you go through, they should be something that you grow through. Because I truly believe, yes, every single failure, it does add up, but it doesn't add up to this whopping, huge, big, fat failure. It adds up to your success. It adds up to that dream life that you want to live. Because everyone's business is just built on failure after failure after failure. So I know that this, you know, feeling these feelings, it's hard and it can be scary. And especially when you're caught up in the moment, you're not quite sure how to handle it. So I'm going to give you guys some tips on how I exactly deal with things that I'm struggling with, you know, when they happen, because it happens to all of us. So first of all, I ask myself why this is happening for me instead of to me. Because oftentimes we can get in this very negative mindset where we are playing victim and where we fall victim to this pity party. We think that the world is against us. Why is this happening to me? Why is this going on? Why is that? And we can be so caught up in the emotions of what we're feeling that we forget to take a step outside of ourselves. We forget to look at an outside perspective. And that's exactly what I do. Okay, when I'm feeling these feelings, I need to take a step outside of myself. I need to watch my life like I'm watching a movie. I need to see the different perspective, and I need to see that, okay, this may be happening, but I can find solutions. I can figure out a solution myself and be solution oriented versus, you know, like a problem oriented mindset. Because when you are so focused on what's going on and you're asking yourself why this is happening to me, why this, why that, then you are actually creating more problems for yourself. You yourself are causing yourself more harm. You are making that problem bigger than it already is because you're so focused on the problem and you're so focused on why this isn't working versus being solution oriented. So, how you can do this is you guys can ask yourself different questions. And have you ever asked yourself a question, you thought of something and it's on the tip of your tongue and you can't think about it, to save your life, it's literally right there, and then all of a sudden in the middle of the night you wake up and you find the answer, it just happens, you know the answer, or you dream about it, or something crazy weird happens like that. It happens to me all the time. Well, that's because your brain is wired to find the answers to the questions that you ask it. So oftentimes we're asking ourselves the wrong questions. We're asking ourselves questions that are directed towards why this is happening to me versus why this is happening for me. So how can I grow from this? How can I learn from this? How can I make sure that this doesn't happen again? How can I improve? Now, I also ask myself how I can use this as an opportunity to grow. Yeah, what I'm feeling, it sucks. It 100% sucks. I hate feeling the feelings associated with this failure, but I can make sure that this never happens again. And I can make sure I use this as an opportunity to grow, as an opportunity to become better. Because it is easy to blame the world for your problems. It would have been easy for me to blame that diamond. Well, it's her fault. She quit. She just didn't want to work for it, whatever the case may be. Instead of taking ownership of the problems that I was having, instead of taking ownership of what my situation was. See, when I took ownership, I realized, okay, I can become a better leader because of this. I can create a better team culture. I can utilize what I'm going through right now as fuel to bring me to the other side so I become better. I become stronger. My team becomes stronger. I take this as a learning lesson and I take ultimate control. And then I also realize, like I said, it is just a feeling. And I know that it can feel like you can't control your feelings, but you can control your emotions. You can control your emotions and the way you feel about things. Yes, sometimes you're all bottled up and you can't look outside of yourself. You can't gain a new perspective. And that's when you have to take a moment to yourself and you have to realize, I am just feeling something. Feelings change. This feeling that I am feeling right now, it's not going to last forever. It is temporary. It is something that I have the ability to take control of. It is something where I can take the power back. But I have to realize that I need to stop getting so caught up in my head and stop getting so caught up in these feelings and gain that outside perspective. And then finally, I realize that I'm not alone, because it can be so easy, especially in this business, to think you are the only one that is going through this struggle. You are the only one going through whatever it is you're going through. You're the only one that is dealing with the things that you're dealing with, and absolutely no one else is going through the same thing, or no one else has gone through the same thing. it can be very easy to feel alone because you're pumped up on this team call, right? You're pumped up when you're on these team calls or you're on your Zoom calls or you're at events. But what happens when you're not there? What happens when you're not at those events and it's you and you're at your desk and you have a decision to walk away from it or to put your head down and get to work? It can be very easy to feel like you are alone. But you are not alone in the struggles that you are struggling with every single day. And you have to realize that what defines your success is when you take those struggles and you own the hell out of them and you make them push you forward. You make them make your business absolutely explode because you use them as motivation to become that much better. Because every struggle that you've ever gone through, every failure that you ever feel like you've had, every emotion that you don't like, you have to realize that absolutely everyone in this business has felt the same way. There are others who have come before you and they've gone through what you're currently going through. There are others that have gone past it. So why can't you? Why can't I? There are others that have paved the way for you. So you realize there is the other side. There is a light at the end of the tunnel where you will be able to get through this. You will be able to grow through this. And finally, I want to leave you guys with this. This is not an immediate gratification business. And I wish it was, believe me. But oftentimes, we get so impatient and we get so caught up in what's happening to us. And we get so caught up in that negative mindset that we have a pity party for ourselves. We are in that victim mindset and we can't become that solution-oriented mindset. But you have to realize that what you do, even if you don't see immediate results right now, it's gonna pay off. Even if you're having a struggle month or you're having some type of struggle in your life, it is going to pay off if you keep pushing forward. I want you guys to remember that this is truly, it's just a chapter. It's just a chapter in your story. It doesn't have to be the end if you don't want it to be. This chapter, yeah, it may be hard. It may be something where you really have to take a lot of mindset shifts in order to get through it. You have to do a lot in order to get through it. But I'm telling you, you're gonna get past it. And then one day, you're gonna be telling your team exactly how you did it. You're going to be telling your team that you dreamed so hard about, that this failure that you thought was so negative, that you thought was the end of your business, was actually the turning point. You are going to be telling them of the failure that led you to them. You will be telling your team exactly how you used your failure as fuel. That is all I have for you guys tonight. I hope that this is helpful, you guys. Jenna, shout out to you. Thank you so much for doing that. But you guys are awesome. I hope you guys have a really good Tuesday night. And yeah, see you guys later.